We are doing CSS Daily for March 31st. Let's open our HTML. We have our card. We have header, which is this section. We have a card background, which I assume will apply to the entire card. We have a header background, which will apply to that. We have header left and then balance block, which are fine. Those will get some. Let's see. We have a bank label color. Maybe that's my bank. An account type color, which will be checking account. Balance label color, which is same as that. And a balance amount color, which is again white, which is the same as the label. Okay. Then we have a stats row with these three boxes. Those boxes will have the same styling as far as their sizes and that sort of stuff, but then they'll have different colors for the stat value. Interesting. Okay. We have a stat icon, and each one we have, oh, okay. We have a stat box income, that's where they'll get it. So income gets to be green, expense will get the red treatments, and then savings will get the blue treatments. We have an income, expense, and savings background here. And then we have income, expense, and saving color as well. So those are the three pairs that will handle those. After that, we have a transactions list with, looks like 4 transactions in it. Recent transactions, we'll need to text transform that to uppercase. We'll have some dots, some text, and then dot green, dot red. Oh, okay. Credit or debit is what's going to color this text if we get that far. Yeah, we have those rows and then we're done. So we have stat label, income value color, expense value color. So that's green, red, savings value color. I'm not sure what the section title is. Maybe, I bet it's this. I bet this is the section title. And then TX name color. Oh, transaction name. That's this. Transaction date is this. And then credit in dots. And we do have some border radius this time for both our card and what I assume these stat boxes. Yeah, that's what we got. I didn't see, I don't think that there is a border on the card. I don't think there is. So we're going to start by putting an outline on it that we're going to get rid of. Outline 1Q solid. And we're going to set its height of 300 pixels. And we're going to get into overlay. It's hard to see. That's not high enough. Let's try 350, 340. Looks pretty good for height. Now let's do a width, and let's do 400 and 50, 500. 500 looks pretty close. Let's do border radius of var and something that says border. Oh, that's not going to work. Var, border, radius card. There we go. And let's do background. Background. Var, VG, card background. Okay. Now, let's go to the header. And let's say background, var, BG, header BG. And on this, let's say overflow clip. Okay. Now let's set the height of our header. Height, 100 pixels. That's too tall. That's okay. 80, 75, 72 looks okay-ish. Let's go ahead and say display flex. And then we have my bank and checking account. Okay, so header left is going to get display flex and flex direction column. And then this is going to get justify content space between. And then this one, nope, label account type, not quite. Balance block is the thing I'm looking for. We also want display flex direction column. Okay, now on the header, we're going to give it some padding, 20 pixels. That's not terrible. Bank label, let's do color, var, text, no, color, debt color, credit color. What is that thing? I forgot. Bank label color. And then we're going to say, is mine too small? Font, I think it's too small. Font size, 18 pixels. And I think mine's too far down. I think I have too much padding on top. Let's reduce that to 18, 16, 15, and more on the side, 20 pixels on the side. It does not look terrible. Yeah, we're going to leave that part alone. Account type. It's going to get a color, var, bank, account type color. And it's going to be smaller font. Size, let's do 14 pixels. 12. That's 12 is pretty close. And then we have our balance label. Let's do a color of var label, bank label color. Let's try that. And let's do a font size of 12 pixels. It's bigger than that, 14, and it needs a text transform of uppercase, and then it needs to be smaller again, 12. That's not awful. Balance amount needs a color. It's going to be var stat income icon account type color. No, it's the same as something else that I've used. Account type color, bank label color. I think that will work. Bank label color. And then it needs to be bigger. Font size, let's make it 20 pixels. And font weight, bold, needs to be bigger, 24. And then that thing, balance label, balance block needs to be justify content flex end. And then is my text too big? I think it is 22. And it's not doing what I thought it would. Align items. Whoops. Align items. Flex end. That's better. Okay. We have 4 minutes left. Let's get to this section with the stats. We have a stats row here. Let's do display flex to that. And then each stats box. Let's do display flex on those as well. And then in a stats box, I have to look at it, stats box. We have a label and a value, and then the icon. So how did those work? We have this thing, and then we have, okay, stat info. Where is stat info? There it is. Okay. This is going to be display flex direction column. And where are those? Okay, there they are. Then we're going to have, let's get the whole roll. We want to justify content space evenly. We're going to have some padding on top, 10 pixels. And we're going to have, what else are we going to have? Okay, that's the stats row. Each stats box will get some styling as well. It's going to get justify content space around, align items, center, and gap 10 pixels. Okay, getting something. Let's go ahead, have the background of the card. Let's see if we can push this stuff below stats. Transactions, that's what they are. I'm trying to figure out whether I want to try to organize that or set the backgrounds of these things. Probably I'll get more points by setting the backgrounds of these things. So income, we're going to have a background, be var, be income something, income icon color, income value color, income background. Yeah. And then each of these are going to get some padding. I don't know, 5 pixels, 10 pixels. They're going to get some border radius. But I think there's a var border for that, border radius stat. And let's set the background color for this one, background var stat expense background. And let's do this one as background var stat savings background. Okay. Stat icon savings. We can do color as well, I think, on can we? Maybe. Color var stat expense background. Oh, out of time. 79%. Yeah. I don't, the score is pretty okay. I'm not very happy with how far I got. Yeah, not very happy with how far I got. But it's where I got. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.